Damn you, Diane, the LSAT hooker. Everything in our lives has led to this moment. We finally get to use what we never use. Lather yourself up in olive oil. Call your insurance company. We're having the best time until one day it's like, hey, on Sunday, you want to come to Miami with me? And we're like, wait, no, this is how we die. This is how we die.
We pull into a parking garage, so you can pull a car up. It puts you on a jack and rises you up to the sky. We get back. The entire door is pushed in and dented. Well, the owner tells me, listen, I don't want no problems. I'll cover it. Trust me, I'm gonna handle it.
No.
So the owner's there and he says, hey man, we lost your car key.
What? Interesting. We're not asking for what she smells like. Just give us the details.
Now, how often would you record her in the nude?
Oh, this really happened one time. A, could I use this footage in court, or would that be kind of frowned upon? B, or two, can I say that she inflicted emotional distress on me? Or can I sell it as revenge porn?
Oh man, I'm so excited to be here in the Comedy Store in LA. Very special episode of Hardly Legal. We got the Sklar Brothers here.
Thank you. Sklarly Legal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh,
Right?
Ooh.
Wait
I missed an opportunity.
I mean, come on. What's the legal ramifications? Can we steal that?
My editor can do that in post. So
Thank you. We'll put it in post.
Right
Throw it
there.
up in post. Edit me out in post and put Randy in both places.
Put me in both spots.
Sklarly Legal. I love it so much. You guys got into law school too.
We did, and very disappointed our parents and Jewish families by eschewing a career in law, which it's funny, I don't ever really think about it unless like things aren't going well, and then I'm like, man, we could have been stable. We could have been the funny lawyers. We could have been. I thought we would have been good lawyers, like because we definitely loved. I bet we would have been good trial lawyers. Yeah, because we care very deeply about working hard and love the performative element of connecting with. Like audiences. Although I wonder if we would have like been like, we got to do it together. I doubt it.
I mean, you could have for sure, but you're right. The high EQ, understanding. If you're in a courtroom, you're talking to regular people, and you've got to get it to their level, but still, sometimes get it up to the court's level, but then get back down to that average juror.
I think it would have been cool because you do see oftentimes, or I've seen, there's like a group of lawyers that sort of state the case and make the case, and they'll pass each other. It would be cool to see like a great sort of handoff back and forth between two. I feel like that would maybe capture the attention. Could we have been the most famous comedy twins in law? Maybe.
I mean, maybe is
there still time?
My mom's still saying go to medical school. So
are you serious?
Yeah,
come on.
Chinese mother.
Chinese mother?
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm 41, and she's like, it's not too late.
She's like, go to medical school and then screw up so you can sue yourself for malpractice.
She's like, you do the full circle.
It's undercover doctor that's just acquiring cases for malpractice.
Undercover doctor. Yeah. That's your next podcast. And you're like, all right, Mom, I'm an optometrist. And she's like, that's not good enough. That's not a doctor. You should have said ophthalmologist. I'll be a chiropractor. No.
Osteopath.
No. I'm pretty sure you guys are good from a statute of limitations standpoint. Plus, comedy turned out okay for you guys.
Yeah, we have to keep reminding ourselves comedy did turn out okay. And we're at the Comedy Store in the basement here, one of our favorite clubs. We do a show here every month in the main room. So it's like, yes, we have to remind ourselves that we have reached a certain level in this business that is we're super proud of and feel like we've made a mark in the world of comedy, which is what we want to do, to not just be a part of it, but make a mark.
Now, I'm sure you've been asked a million times about like swapping places, pretending to be the other person, right?
Yeah.
I'll do really quickly. So you took the LSATs straight up, or did one of you study extra hard?
Oh my God, dude. I screwed up on the LSATs
so badly.
So I had been taking practice tests just normal way. And then someone was like, you know what you need to do? Who was that someone? I have no idea, but I was like, could have just been like a bad elf or like a weird. Anyway, someone was like an LSATs hooker. Yeah, like you need to like do all your work in the workbook, circle all the answers, and at the end, fill in all the things.
No.
That's a disaster waiting to happen. So damn you, Diane, the LSAT hooker. So what I did was I I took the exam the first time around and it was on the 165 scale.
It's incredible, yeah.
And I think I got a 157. You got a 159, right?
Yeah, I did all
so you
right.
did fine. And 160 was like great if you could get 160
I
above.
heard something. I thought you got a 165.
No,
and I was
no.
like, oh, that's
No,
really
no.
good on
No,
the
none
modern
of us
scale. I was
got
like,
that.
oh,
I
okay.
got a
Say,
165.
over 160, you get into Michigan law. Below
Right.
160, you're looking at below outside the T14. So
Right, but you still could get into.
you can still get into a great
good
school.
Oh, I got
school.
into, like,
She got into
WashU.
Emory and
Yeah.
WashU. These are good schools. So then I went and filled it out. This is the final section, and I got the test back, and I had only 23 instead of 24 answers. And I looked, and the 8th one down, I skipped. So everything from 8 to like 23, I was just, if you slid it down one more, I would have done much better. I ended up like getting like a 152 on that and averaged a 155. I got into George Washington Law School.
Yeah.
Was curious to go, but we wanted to give comedy a try. I mean, it was,
Well,
we
guess
were
what?
close.
Today you guys get to give law.
I'm excited.
This is everything in our lives has led to this moment.
This
Perfect moment.
We finally get to use what we never use.
Slumdog Millionaire with twins. We're gonna do it.
Let's go.
All right, let's get our first caller queued up. Just let me know when we're ready to go with that. And while we're waiting for that, I guess I have at least one more question for you.
Chip, bring
let's
it.
do
Let's
it.
go.
Okay, so you guys have done a roast battle against each other.
Yes.
I
Roast
saw that.
each other.
Pulled it up. We'll probably have some clips and post some point of the editor. But you opened up with a joke about how one of you kills
Yes.
and the other one takes credit for it. Whose joke was that?
That was mine. I could kill and Randy could take credit for it because we have the same DNA.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what happens whenever we do stand-up comedy.
That is
Folks,
not good. No.
It's a great joke.
It is a
Thank you.
great joke.
I can tell he wrote it because you immediately were like, "It's not that good." I'm like, "It's pretty good."
I came back and said Jay had hemorrhoid surgery that didn't work.
Hello, ladies.
Stop. And so no matter what happens tonight, his ass is getting creamed.
We don't have the license to do the whole roast. His was good though. It was
Thank
pretty
you.
good, but it does
His
lead
from
up.
It had
legal
it had a
legal
legal,
ramifications.
a legal
It
element
leads
to
into
it.
the legal element, which is the perfect crime. So,
Right.
so have you guys ever had a conversation with each other? Because I remember having it with like my brothers and friends of like, what would be the perfect crime if we were gonna turn to a life of crime instead of comedy?
Yeah.
Using your powers of deduction, of speaking, of guile, but also your twins. What would
We
be the
could
perfect
do-
crime for the Sklars?
Man, what would be a perfect crime for us to commit?
God, I don't even
I would love to take art from one museum and put it in another museum. Like steal it, but only just to take it down the street and hang it in another museum. And then show up and complain to the museum, how come this is here?
Like a douchebag Robin Hood.
Yeah, like just stealing from the rich and giving it to the also rich.
Borrow from the rich to give on consignment to the
right. To
the other
slightly
rich.
differentiated
To
rich.
the also rich and somewhat snobbier.
The docent's worst nightmare.
Right.
Well,
Right.
this is a what?
I
This
wanna-
is
A Renoir?
This is an impressionism.
I would love to steal one of Jay Leno's cars. Is it possible to just get one of them?
You want to steal the tank?
Yeah. I want the tank. or one that he never drives. Just
Like the
way
crazy-
back in the corner.
He's
I
not
don't
going to
think
miss
he'd
it.
notice. Is
He's
it even
not
a
gonna-
crime?
No
He's not
way.
going to miss the MG. We'll
He's not
take
going
it.
to miss the little MG.
Okay, the perfect crime is going to be to steal a car from Jay Leno. We are in LA. Anything could happen. But
Anything's
let's-
possible.
Let's see what happens when we get our first caller on. So
Let's
I'm
do
going to
it.
bring our first caller on. Let's see. Caller, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So we have given you a fake name of Popeye.
Good. Popeye is good. I actually have my phone saved as Popo.
Oh,
Because
cool.
my grandpa.
Well, don't give us identifying information.
Anonymous.
That's yeah.
My grandpa murdered 3 people.
I don't come from people who call their grandpas like weirdo names, but mine was called Popo. I don't
Okay.
know. So Popeye, Popo, it works.
There you go.
Popo. Well, we're here today. You're here listening to Josh Stramiello. I'm a lawyer, and we've also got
Bill Richmond, also a lawyer.
And we've got two basically almost lawyers. What can I say, Bill?
Got
How
into
can I
law
address
school.
them? Yeah, they're two law school admitted comedians.
Thank you.
Fetal lawyers.
What's
Yeah.
up, buddy?
Randy and Jason Sklar. So we're going to hear your story. We're going to talk to you, and we're going to kind of go through it a little bit. Does that sound good, Popeye?
Excellent. I also commend your solid drive for your educational purposes, because the guy you're talking to today, he got a 770 on his SATs.
Yeah,
I'm probably
baby.
a day above. I'm probably a day and a smart above Dirk. But hey,
What'd you do on the math
it is
section?
what it is. Oh boy,
There was a math
good luck.
section?
I can't count on my fingers.
Oh, okay.
man.
Okay.
It's
I thought
rough
that was
out
on
there.
one half. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you allowed?
That was bad.
You'd be allowed to count on your fingers while you're taking
Yeah.
the test.
Sure.
Oof.
Human calculator.
You ever seen those? It's mostly Asian kids, but they can do the abacus.
Why'd you look at him?
Because he's
Okay, got it.
Abacus. All right.
yeah.
And the Rubik's cubes.
Which I don't mean to get back into the roast, but how is Jason not like an abacus?
I don't know how.
You can count on an abacus.
Hey, come on.
And that's a joke Popeye's not going to get because he got a 770, but continue.
New name 770. All right.
All right, Popeye, you are a very
I'm lucky.
special caller. But tell us about the legal issue that you have going on.
So I'm on a work trip in New York City, and I'm in a brand new, day 2 brand new, very minimal miles. The moral of the story, it's a brand new truck.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to work in Midtown Manhattan. We pull into a parking garage. That's a fairly new garage. It's the type of garage where they have multi-tiered levels. So you can pull a car up. It puts you on a jack and rises you up to the sky.
Pretty cool.
And then the next car comes in and they put it below. Next car, boom, boom, boom. I'm the car in the lowest part of the jack.
Okay.
Brand new car again. Brand new parking garage. Everybody's new.
Okay.
Car's parked. We leave the key. We do what we do to leave your car at a parking garage. Probably should have parked it on the street, but here's the deal. We get back. The entire door is pushed in and dented.
Oh.
I mean, it looks like it's an SUV. Either a bus hit it, a truck hit it, or someone was Hercules.
Yeah.
So we're dealing with the situation in the moment. This is only a couple weeks ago, whatever. I'm still dealing with it. This is why I reached out for their advice.
Yeah. Let's start with the parking in New York City. Very tough. You guys ever had any parking
So
issues?
we lived in New York City for 5 years. We did not own cars.
Thank God.
We would not. I mean, I can't even imagine parking on the street. You park a brand new car on the street in New York
Say
City.
goodbye.
See you later. I mean, unless you have like but not the club, but what was the thing? No, was that the club?
Yeah, the club. Yeah.
That's the club.
Everyone always put the club on the worst cars. They're like, no one's taking that car anyway.
What, really?
Put a
An
club on.
86 Corolla? You're going to put a club on that?
Cool.
No one's
Good.
No one's stealing that. But I think you were right to park it in the garage. And when you park it in the garage, there's a social contract, which is, hey, don't dent my goddamn car when it's in here.
I think it's actually sometimes an actual contract that
Yeah.
says we're gonna treat your car right.
We're going to treat your car right.
I mean,
after
after Ferris Bueller's Day Off, there's always a moment where you look at the guy with long hair who's taking your car, and you're like, "What are you going to do?
where are you taking this?
You Frank Zappa looking biatch. What are you doing with my car?"
Now, normally we would kind of lead the caller through the legal analysis, but both of you were admitted to law school.
That's
So
right.
I think it's only fair that we allow you guys to kind of question the caller and build the case here.
Yeah.
So when did you confront them when you were at the thing to find out if they knew what happened to your car, if they're going to take responsibility for what happened?
Yeah, so when Popeye pulled back with the group I was with, they tried to deny anything. Meanwhile, there's a camera right in the corner of the wall that's shooting right down on the vehicle.
That's right.
Now, I guess in hindsight from my situation, I'm lucky because the camera's shooting right down on my vehicle. What if I was like 4 or 5 vehicles down? Then the story might be whole different. The moral of the story is that they looked at the door. They said, "Oh, we didn't do this."
Right.
And it's like, well, this is bro. I pulled a brand new truck in here. Like, come on, man. You looked around the vehicle like they do on rent-a-cars. You know what I mean? You checked everything.
If there was
Did they fill out a dent? Sometimes with a car, they'll fill out like a dent sheet where they say, "Look, there's a scratch back here. There's a mark back here. We didn't cause it." Did they fill anything out when they walked around the car, or they just looked?
Nothing like that.
But they just looked at it to make sure.
But so they had a camera facing directly on your car already, a great scenario for you. But I'm guessing you didn't call because there's a clear video of someone doing something to your car, to your truck.
No. And it's still not in litigation, but I'm just trying to figure out, like, they keep telling me what they're going to do because they have the camera and they know if I were to proceed with a lawful scenario that, I don't know, it's tough. It's tough.
Did you call
I
the
just know that
police? Did you call
Of course, there was reports made.
File a
reports were all
report.
made and
Smart.
such.
That's important because that's one way to document it. And the police, when they're not, doing things to people who they shouldn't be doing it to, can in that instance say, all right, this is these are the facts that we've collected in this moment, and they can note that there is a camera up there. So if any footage magically gets erased from that moment, because I'm assuming when you drove in, you could see that the car there had
to be a camera catching you as you drove
it's a
in.
Gate. Oh, you walk up to a gate, and they open the gate for you. It's not just like a pull in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's legit.
So there should be a camera there too, showing that your car as you pulled in. So even if there isn't footage of whoever dented this car in this moment, if you pulled in and there was no dent on that car, and then suddenly there's a dent on it, something happened. You can now establish from the police a timeline of there was nothing here. I came back and there was a dent. So
You got a chain of custody.
Yeah.
Is that what that thing is called?
I don't know. I mean,
well, there'd be
something
chain of custody on the evidence itself, but
Right.
ultimately the same concept applies. It went into a box, it came in one condition, it came out of the box in another condition.
That's right.
If only there was a camera in the box, turns out there was. And I'm very questioning where the video is, because I will tell you, in similar scenarios, if you've got evidence that you didn't do anything wrong, you usually pull it out and wave
Right
it in
away
someone's
to
face.
show that. That's your
Right,
get out of jail free card.
Yeah, like that would be the thing that they would show you. See, we didn't do anything. So here's my question. Did they at all, and I'm assuming the parking garage itself has insurance, did they, as a business, say, we're going to now put our insurance on it? Because that would be the next step, is that their insurance would cover stuff like this, and your insurance would have to fight it out with their insurance as to how much they would pay for this.
I feel like that is an opulent answer. Like, that's the ideal way you feel that a situation would fall into place for both parties, right? I
Yeah.
feel like that would be perfect, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, the owner tells me, listen, I don't want no problems. I'll cover it. Let me look at my videos. You have all your receipts. You can obviously pursue legalized scenarios, but trust me, I'm going to handle it.
No.
So, yeah, no.
No.
Now, it's not like,
If you can record him saying that, that's one thing. Or have him fill out a legal document that says, I promise to cover all costs no matter what it is. If you can get him to sign that and be like, yeah, bro.
Sure. Let's do it.
Let's do it. And just sign this piece of paper, which legally binds you to handle all that stuff.
Upgrade to a V8 engine.
Yeah,
No,
man.
I'm just kidding.
We need a new rap job on this.
Yes.
So Josh, can I jump in a little bit
Yeah,
on the?
maybe
I want to
we're wrong.
supplement.
Please.
No. Actually, I will say you guys have actually outlined the right steps. And
I'll allow it.
Thank you,
here's
sir.
the
folks.
thing. Here's the thing. You've got some very clear evidence, and the question is, what's going to happen to that evidence? So on more the legal side, we call that a litigation hold notice, which could be something as simple as, there's a camera there. I've sent you a notice. I've sent you a letter. Let's make sure that you preserve any
That
of these
footage.
records,
Yes.
right? Because a lot of these systems, they'll delete after some period of time,
Sure.
and then, oh, convenient, the video's gone, right? Where did it go? And then the other part, getting the insurance to fight the other insurance. That's exactly what you pay for when you get insurance. There's no question that a brand new garage with this kind of lift system is going to have pretty elaborate insurance, right?
course.
For the system itself, what's happening. And we don't really know. Was it a mechanical issue? Did someone back into it? Was there a problem? You don't know. I mean,
Maybe he parked it stupid.
well, that
It gets
doesn't
better.
sound right.
It gets better, if you don't mind. I'll
Whoa,
add to it.
Sure.
Let's hear it.
Sure.
Oh, yeah. So when we pull back into the garage, the day is over, the work shift is done. I work with a company where we sell olive oil at like pop-ups. Quality olive oil, it is what it is.
And you get it from Sicily, from a man named Vito?
Aged
Is it?
balsamic. It's
Okay,
legit.
good.
It's
Okay, I
legit.
believe you. I
Fantastic.
believe
How much
you.
of it fell off a truck?
Thousands of dollars damaged.
With a glob of gabagool.
The gabagool. He got a globagool.
Hey.
How come someone doesn't come up with a sandwich called globagool? And it's
Yes, globagool.
Glob of ghoul.
All right.
So is it a glob of ghoul?
Yes.
A globagool.
All right, so you come back from the day, and who's there?
So the owner's there and he says, hey, man, we lost your car key.
What?
What?
Interesting.
No. Okay, so here's the deal. At some point in the day, we had misplaced your car key, but we have found your car key, so we're going to get your car out and we're going to get you going as soon as possible. But we wanted to let you know that at some point we did misplace. I shouldn't say lost. We misplaced your car key.
So they're saying
now-
here's their defense. They're now saying
Somebody
someone took the
it.
key, did this to the car, and we have no idea who that was.
This is Ferris Bueller's Day
There's a
Off.
second shooter.
That's what. Yeah, grassy knoll.
Could be. Now, mind you, based on the conversation we've had earlier, I'm not really on paper too smart to figure things out, but I logically can work it out. This is what I think happened. The car has a double lock system, right? What that means is that
I was gonna.
not only
When
do
I
you
want to
lock
keep
the
a
doors,
hostage, yes.
right?
Yeah.
The gear shift itself locks.
Ooh.
So if the fob is not in the vehicle, you can't lock the joystick.
Right.
The shifter.
Gear shift,
The shifter,
right,
thank you.
yeah.
I don't know why I couldn't say shifter. Thank you.
Joystick. It sounds right though.
Yeah.
It's all relative.
Right.
Yeah.
What happened is, in my mind, I think, is they wanted to move the car.
Right.
They had the fob. They didn't have the fob in the vehicle, so they couldn't shift the shifter. So then they somehow compromised, because every car has a compromise button in the shifter that if you push a screwdriver down in the little paneled area, you have access to your... Well, when it comes to Mercedes-Benz, Mercedes is like, hey, you're not stealing our car today, buddy.
So you think that a member of the staff tried to move it without the fob and basically broke into it, and then now it's...
Well, no. He was in the vehicle. He just didn't have the fob inside the vehicle.
Right.
So the door, I'm thinking the door is open. He can't get the shifter to shift into neutral. You'd think if you have the key, you could just turn the car on and just move it, right?
Right. Yeah.
Well, that wasn't a scenario. So either he had the key fob outside of the car, or they found a way to break into the car without breaking into the car. Like no smashed windows, no scratch damage, no nothing.
Right.
But in my mind, the moral is they tried to move the shift gear. And because the car is like, whoa, Viper, stand back. Can't move the car. So whoever dude was trying to push the vehicle in neutral, he can't push the vehicle in neutral because it's not in neutral.
Yeah.
Right.
This dude just...
These sound like accurate theories. So let's
But
Do you
wait,
think
but how did he get to
how
the
did he get the
dent?
dent? Then he kicked the car because he was mad at it?
Because the dent was on the rear. So what I'm thinking is
He turned the wheel and hit the.
he's trying to push the vehicle maybe away from the wall or whatever. But because they can't get the shifter into
Neutral.
neutral,
It just bumped
You can't-
straight back to the wall.
boom. So whoever was Roman Reigns, like John Cena is probably pushing on the door like, oh.
Right.
And then the next thing you know,
He nails it.
boom.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean-
it's definitely their responsibility.
Yeah, I mean, and that's exactly what it is. I mean, you've got responsibility. You go into the box. This is what it is. They've got insurance, no question. Give it to your insurance. Give them all that information. The police reports are pretty big. I would say that whether it's your insurance company or yourself, one type of action is to just kind of be that greasy,
The squeaky wheel.
that gets the grease. Yeah, the greasy goblin that gets
I mean,
the
he's
goo.
greasy because he's selling like
that
olive
was
oil,
just-
but that's
Lather yourself
Freudian
up in olive oil.
syndrome.
Call your insurance company.
Lay all
but
over it.
get on your insurance. If I don't know what type of relationship you have with your insurance person, but like call them up and be like, "Hey, man, this happened. I'm letting you know. Like, you need to go after their insurance to like get this thing paid because it's not your fault."
Yeah, not only to get it paid, insist on documenting emails to your insurance agent, to your insurance company, call them, get the footage, call the cops, get the footage. You call the cops to get the footage because at the end of the day, if they have the footage, it's going to make a lot of answers very, very clear about these theories. And if at the end of the day, the video mysteriously disappears, then you've got some other actions.
Culpability.
Yes.
Also, let me say this. I know the owner approached you and was like, "Hey, man, I'm going to take care of this." Like that. That's like New York in it. New York.
Yeah,
How
This is
much
how we
you
live in
need?
New York.
How much you need?
I got you.
Well,
I
he's a
got
half
you.
Italian. I'm really uncomfortable right now.
I
So-
got a guy.
Jay and I, when we lived in New York, we were there in '94. There was like there was a restaurant around the corner where we lived. We lived at 55th and Broadway. Okay,
What
like
was it called, bro?
so it was called Mangi Bevi.
Ooh.
Mangi
Mangi
Bevi. I don't know if it's still there. Mangi bevi, so which is eat and drink in Italian. There was a guy who kind of the son of the owner of the place, Sal was his name. And like we would go in there and they'd like give us beer and stuff. I mean, it was like we would bring people around and it was just a big party and they would play Italian music and sing. Food was great. It was
We're
really
having the best time until one day he's like, hey, on Sunday, you want to come to Miami with me?
And we're like, wait,
no, this is how we die. This is how we die. You got to deliver one package for me.
And I was like, I'll take care of everything. But there's
Guys, this was the perfect crime. You guys, you were asked about the perfect crime. He tried to help you do
Sal
it.
at Mangi bevi. But my point is that like he wanted, and like there's a certain look. I'll take care of it. Well, say we killed somebody. I'll take care of it. That's such a New York thing
fell
of like,
off a cliff.
I'll take care of it.
The truck.
Let me tell you something. This guy who owns this garage that you just went to for the first time, he's not your friend. You owe him nothing.
Yeah.
Go through the regular proper channel. This dude's got to do it through the proper channels. If he did not F up, then you know, this isn't your friend. He screwed up. You have a brand new truck. You should be getting a brand new truck if that is
Hardly
concerned.
legal.
Also,
Going nuts.
Also, it's your time. Like you have already spent time dealing with this emotionally, physically. You're on this GD podcast
you could have
right
sold
now.
so much more olive oil in this
think
moment.
about the olive oil you could have sold even to us. No, but I'm just saying, like,
And if I don't get a case of that sent to my house, I'm going to be mad.
I pour olive oil on everything, so I'm expecting a lot. But no, I think you've also invested a lot of time and energy into this.
Right.
So you're never going to get paid for that. But what you can
Maybe you should.
I don't know.
Maybe you should.
Emotional
And these
damage.
guys can tell me, like, can you, the time it's taking you to deal with this whole thing, this would not exist had they handled your car
because you don't
properly.
want this. You if given the choice between getting the decision and the money to fix the truck or having not had this happen at all, you're going to say I'd rather just drive away with my
You
truck.
guys are making
as is.
sophisticated arguments for damages here. Like this is good. This is the stuff that lawyers do.
level.
This is really good.
Issue spotting, guys.
Should have
Issue
lawyers.
spotting.
This isn't a
Should've been
Kiss Ass podcast. We fought guests before, so
Right.
like
So-
this is like you're really
No,
nailing it. Yeah.
I mean, does it, I just would
Can
definitely.
you say that for our mom?
So Popeye, you've got the point here, right? Document, push for the documentation. Don't believe anybody that comes up and says, I'm going to handle
I'll
it
take
for
care
you.
of it.
It'll be fine. No, if it was fine, your car wouldn't be dented. If it was fine, they wouldn't have lost your keys. If it was fine, you would have showed up and they would have been like, here's the thing. We already had an appraiser come out. We've got the video. We figured out what the problem was. They don't seem like they've got the kind. And nobody does, right? The owner wasn't the one who did this, most likely, right?
No.
But you've still got to protect yourself. It's an adversarial system. Get out there, do it. Push your insurance company. We know that's an adversarial system. Let them go be the adversaries to the other insurance companies.
Yeah,
in
let
the
them
parking
advocate
lot.
for you out in that, and they will.
You know what? I love you calling in. I love your attitude. Do you feel like you were heard today, Popeye?
You know, I think you guys have something really special, dude.
Thank
Great.
you.
Like, I'll be real with you. And this is coming from a guy who's only a step above smarter than dirt.
No, dude, you're
770, bro.
770.
Dirt's 440 tops.
If you
We
don't
wanna-
tattoo that on your back,
Listen,
770 for
If
life.
it makes you feel better, the second time I took it, a guy at 840.
Yes, let's go.
Tell you what,
Improvement.
Popeye, we've had such a good time here. I feel like something magical's happened. Reach out to me on Instagram. I'm going to get you tickets to a show the next time the Sklars are in New York. Let's do that.
Yeah, let's go.
Tickets on me.
Guys,
Yeah.
I'm down, bro. If I
Yeah. Do
can
you guys
help
have a New York
again,
date like in the
whatever.
next year right now?
So we don't have a New York date, but although
It'll eventually happen.
we come and do our podcast in Brooklyn, and you
Okay.
can definitely park your car on the street there, which is fine.
Oh, dude, I'm up on Delancey all day, right across the bridge on the Manhattan.
Perfect.
Side. So
Great.
I know
Perfect.
exactly. I'll take this, bro. I'll take the R right in.
Yeah, baby.
DM me on Instagram and I'll facilitate it, Popeye. You've been really cool. I appreciate you calling in, okay, brother?
Listen, God bless you guys. Continue the great work. Thank you for your
Gabagool, you
advice.
guys.
Let's all do it on through, right? Hey! Okay, I didn't even count. Okay. Let's go ahead and get the next caller queued up. But I had one of my interns create just a little something
I love it.
while
Super.
we were on that last call.
That's what interns are there for.
Yeah, so we got a little game to play.
Off the court.
This
Let's
is
go.
happening in real time.
Let's
Okay.
go.
Do you guys have any idea? What do you guys think this game is going to be that I just invented? What do you think is the tie besides being in the NBA?
I mean,
Mental illness.
Part of me is like, do they identify more as white or black? I don't know what it is.
I think it's mental illness.
Drake isn't up there.
Welcome,
Come on.
welcome to Hardly Monetized. After
Right.
I
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, here's the game that I just created. All of these players.
slept
And
with
one
a
guy. And
Kardashian.
there's one guy. It's really easy. Who's not in the NBA. That's Tim Donaghy. That's an easy one. That's the
Sure.
free space on.
What is the legal trouble that they've been in?
They've all had
Okay,
legal
good.
trouble. And
Correct.
so I assume you guys a little competitive based on what I saw what happened when I complimented
Oh,
one
yeah,
roast.
you got it.
Okay, so it's not a roast battle, but we're gonna see until somebody gets it wrong. Okay, so this strategy here. You want to start with what you think is the easiest and what your brother knows. So it's just the two of you. You're going to pick the player, then guess what the legal issue is. And I have them pulled up right here.
Okay.
You get a point if you guessed it correctly. If not, it goes to the brother. Okay?
Do I get to go first? Or are you gonna-
yes, because you
okay,
asked.
fine. Tim Donaghy,
Okay.
he gambled on games.
Correct. There's 1 point for Randy.
Thank you.
Glenn Big Baby Davis, insurance fraud?
No, it was
Fraud of some sort.
Not fraud. It was he had domestic violence issues. Big baby.
You know what? Three. It's three. I'm going to give you insurance fraud. Most recently, fraud and conspiracy to defraud an insurance.
That's
so I'm
right.
gonna
I
give you,
knew that.
But there are other charges.
I
so
knew
I'm
that.
gonna,
Other
I'm
charges.
gonna, I'm gonna give
Other
that to you.
charges.
Okay, 1 to
All
1.
Delonte West acting like he's in a Mad Max movie, driving like a 3-wheel motorcycle, bringing guns into like a. I mean, he has just crazy
Weapons
like
charges.
weapons
I'm gonna give it
charges.
to you.
Okay.
2 to 1. 2 to
John
1.
Morant, also weapons charges.
Yeah, that one
Done.
was easy.
Okay.
That one
that's
was
a
good.
good-
Yeah.
Javaris Crittenden was also brought a gun into the locker room over a poker game. So
Yes.
like a fight.
On a
Perfect
plane.
score.
That was on a plane.
All right, you guys.
Keith Appling, I want to say because he's Michigan
You're
State.
going 2 times. No.
Hold
It's your turn.
on.
This is like the John Wick 4.
Jay's turn.
Go, Jay.
Sebastian Telfair.
New York guy.
He was a New York guy, like
he was
big,
just got
like
injured.
high school kid,
Great high school kid.
major, like star, and then he ended up playing in China, I think.
Yeah, but we don't care about his success.
don't care about it.
We're
I
looking
know.
for his
Legal
all-
Go for the
issues.
dirt.
Off the court legal issues, Jay.
all NBA, all county in this case.
right. Was it child support? Like failure to pay child support?
Safe guess.
That's
No. So we have weapons, marijuana, and then also he was in that same fraud situation. With
Oh, he
Glenn
was
Big
in the
Baby
fraud
Davis.
situation.
Yeah. So that's you have the lead. You have the lead. You have a chance
Okay.
to put
All
it
right,
away.
Randy.
Keith Appling, I know he's like a Michigan State guy. I want to say he definitely domestic violence.
No. Second degree murder.
Second
Wait, was it his girlfriend or wife?
Don't have the time to pull that up. Sorry. We're doing it live.
He was killing it. All right.
It's tie. It's a tie game. How many are left? We only have what?
Oh, Jesus.
2 left. It's an even number. I shouldn't
come
have
on,
done that.
Jay. You got to do.
Miles Bridges.
Yeah.
DUI.
No, that is wrong.
Okay, Miles Bridges. That was a domestic violence
It
thing.
was. All right. Randy wins. Randy wins the inaugural
Randy.
game of NBA off the court.
Off
In
the-
the court, off the court.
Off the court.
Oh,
By the way,
man.
I have, and it's as you were talking about this, I have like a legal story that like I need advice on
love to
from
hear
you.
it.
It's from an old thing that happened to me, but we can take a call or two. We can do this another
Do we
time.
have the next caller ready?
If you don't, then I'm going to ask you about this scenario,
Let's
this
do it.
situation.
We're gonna do it either way.
Okay, so during the pandemic, my family and I, my 2 daughters,
this.
and I took an RV trip around Colorado and Utah, like Colorado. We rented an RV and we went through this whole thing. And when we signed up for the RV, because I've never driven an RV before.
Yeah.
We purchased the highest level of
Insurance.
coverage that if something happens,
Not your problem.
not our problem, and that's just the way it goes.
We
And
paid $20. We're alled to cook meth in this RV.
Folks.
we had like
Breaking Bad Part 2.
Ours was like
I'm Mr. Off-White.
Thank you. I'm more tan than that. It's a
Guitar store owners.
Yeah, we did it. Better Call Saul. We're in the universe.
Yes.
We're in the Breaking Bad universe.
Hell yeah.
We turned him back into Slippin' Jimmy
That's
if you
right.
watch Better Call Saul.
Spoiler alert. So we got the thing where basically there's $1,000 deductible. Where if there's damage that's over 1,000, all we pay is 1,000.
Oh.
Which, by the way, is still a lot. It's
Yeah.
not no money.
Yeah.
And so we go on this trip, and it's my anniversary. It's our 20th anniversary, and we go during the day of our actual anniversary. We're in Durango, and we go to the Durango hot springs. We are so relaxed. We are so happy in these hot springs, and my kids are in a good mood, and we're all happy. Of course, as we did it, our kids are like, for 2 years we've been in a small house together, and now you want us to go for 2 weeks in an even smaller.
How many kids?
2 daughters, right? So now you want to go into an even smaller
Teenage
environment.
daughters.
Right, teenagers. So, and we like as we were pulling out, the side of the thing expands out this way. There was a problem and we had to like fix the thing that was in there, whatever. Yeah. We fixed it. We're fine. So we're leaving to go to drive 7 hours to get to this restaurant where we had a reservation, up this huge pass and everything. We're pulling out of the Durango Hot Springs.
Yeah.
And what we didn't see from up top where I was on the corner of the driveway to first of all, first things first, there's a beer truck parked on one side of the driveway, parked in the driveway, not parked in the thing, but delivering beer and whatnot, or to drinks to the place. Fine, you can park wherever you want, but they're parked right there on that part of the driveway. Instead of me going in and being like, hey, can you move your car because we're trying to get an RV out of here, which is what I should have done. I was like, I can probably make this right turn.
First time driving an RV.
I've been driving it for like 7 days already.
He's also a man. He doesn't need to make them move.
Also, I just don't understand the turning radius of a 24-foot thing. So
it's in nautical miles.
What I did, you got to go way out that way.
Drive 7 miles out.
Latitude and longitude.
What's the beam length of this RV?
What's the yaw of this RV?
No idea. You just lost me. So
what's the
on
war?
Randy's
wins over replacement.
On the corner of the driveway was a boulder, a small boulder that's maybe 2 feet high, and about this wide around, that was permanently fixated on the corner. Now, what the boulder is doing there, I have no idea. It's not
causing trouble.
Decorative. It's a terrible thing to have on the corner of your driveway with no flag or anything letting you know that, hey, by the way, there's something down here. I make a right turn, and it feels like there's a dip like down below on the side, like a ditch on the side of the thing. And we have all this like kitchen equipment in there. And anytime that bumps, like plates rattle and whatnot. And so I just thought I went down, and the ditch was a huge bump. And what I saw was the rock stayed permanent and literally pushed the door that you walk in on the back, pushed it all the way in to the point where we're like, this is now, I've ruined the RV.
It's bouncing on the rock.
No, it like pushed it all the way.
Yeah, it was like this on the rock.
Oh my God. But no, I kept driving and it just kept pushing it back and thing. So I have now done irreparable damage to this thing.
That's now not an unmobile home. It's an immobile home.
Right. It's an immobile home, and so like we wait for 7 hours across the street in a construction site, and like tried to get someone to come over and like pull the thing together so that we could at least drive it. I mean, it was terrible. I come back to the place and I'm dropping it off. And the people are like, oh my God, as I'm dropping the RV off 2 days later, they're like, this is unbelievable. And you are going to have, this is like $15,000 worth of damage. And you're liable for it. And I was like, I don't think we are, because we signed the thing and we bought this insurance. They're like, oh no, this is your fault. And I'm like,
the whole
wait,
point of insurance.
Isn't insurance and that? So they're brought over a person to assess it, and he's like, yeah, that's unbelievable. And they wouldn't let me leave the lot. Meanwhile, we have a flight to catch. We have an Uber waiting for us. They wouldn't let me leave the lot.
How long ago was this?
This is 4 years ago.
Okay.
They wouldn't let me leave the lot. This was in Colorado. And so they're like, they wouldn't let me leave the lot. They're like, you need to pay at least $3,500 for the damages, or we will not let you leave.
We're coming down from $15,000.
Well, let me ask you a quick question. This they won't let you leave. What does that mean?
I mean, they were going to. they have our credit card.
So they have like your stuff, and they're like, we're just going to charge everything.
Yeah, we'll just charge
do
everything
it all
on this, and we're going to charge you. And I was like, that can't be what's going to happen here. And they just like kept talking like this is your fault and whatnot. And so I was like, I will just pay this to get out of here because we have to get on this flight and go. But then I like called my friends who are lawyers, who are personal injury lawyers, and I was like, what is the deal here? Like, we paid for this insurance. And so I wrote letters. I went back to them. Of course, they were like non-responsive in any way, shape, or form. And I had to like literally hunt them down and not stop and keep talking and keep going after them. And I finally got them to agree that what we paid for in the insurance was it. But like, is there any legal standing that first of all, can you believe that I got them to agree after I paid it to take that charge off of my thing?
That is unbelievable because normally they will just go to the ends of the earth and they'll be like, come sue us, right?
Yeah,
like you got to get a lawyer, you got to come back here, you got to sue
come
us.
at us, bro.
Because they're essentially saying like, what's the chances this guy's going to fly back out of here or hire a local lawyer and go after it for this
So
value
I did
of dollars?
pay with it with American Express.
Ooh.
And so I said, and I called American Express, and I'm like, this is a problem. They're trying to screw me on this scenario right here. I need you to like protect me.
You've got the DNA of a lawyer, brother.
I do, right?
Yeah. His DNA. No, I'm kidding.
It's
the perfect crime.
He could kill it. I could take
credit for it.
I could break an RV and he could take
Who
credit
was
for it.
driving the RV? Nobody can say.
Could have been me.
I think it was Popeye.
Oh my God.
It
Okay.
was
I think we
770.
have another caller ready to go. Let's
do it.
Okay.
I just bring that story up to relate to our callers and to
Your
be like
persistence is what I want people to hear out of that because so many folks, it's like an insurance denial. People they'll go, no. This is you. Irrespective of what the law or the facts say, and the fact that you kept pushing means you had a happier ending. But to your point, Jay, the time, the energy, the heartache, and
He
most of
should
the
have
time
been paid
not
back for that.
recoverable,
The
right?
stress.
So much of that is just not recoverable.
Ruined his
the stress
anniversary.
to come back to the moment where I was like, oh great, I have to lose $1,000 deductible. But I did talk to my friends who are personal injury lawyers, and they're like, we will write a letter telling them that they are in deep trouble. I'm
It's
like,
good that you had friends. I just want to say that for you guys or any national touring comedic headliners, just reach out to Harley Legal. We take care of regular people. Like comedians come first. You guys can skip the
Oh
line.
yeah, I always will.
Anytime,
I
yeah.
always
Well,
will.
they-
They went for after them and they said
They sent a letter being like, our friend wrote a letter and
Nice.
said exactly what it should be. He actually wrote the email that I sent to them, and I was like, we have these people on retainer, and
I love it.
you better watch out.
I love
Anyway,
it all.
All right,
love
we're
it.
going to continue
Let's
this
do it.
taking care of business by
do it.
helping this next person. Now, you guys both very happily married, right? Long
Yes,
term. Okay.
yes.
You might not have the most life experience to help the next caller.
Okay.
Okay. I might have to do it. We have a crazy ex story, and we've nicknamed him Peeping Tom. Tom, are you there? Peeping Tom.
PT.
PT Barnum.
I resent the nickname, but yeah.
All right.
We're just looking in on your situation here, bud.
Yeah.
Okay, well then you're the people.
That's right.
Okay, so Peeping Tom, as I understand it from the call sheet here, you've had a little bit of a problem with an ex, and it spiraled, and you've got some legal questions. Is that right?
Yeah. It's really more of like a reverse Peeping Tom
Yeah.
situation.
Okay.
So let me explain this. Basically, there was, without going into too much history, there
Go
was-
into it.
Oh, so let me stop you
Hang on
right
a
there.
second. Go into it.
Stop
We
you right
want the
there.
history.
There's a lot of history. That's no one
We're
says
not
that.
asking for what she smells like. Just give us the details.
Whoa, Jay.
Okay,
Let's
hold on.
Okay,
Bill's
so there
into
had
it.
been, she had called the police on me before and lied, and I had spent the night in jail.
What?
And so, we got over it. We stayed together for a while, but eventually things really fell apart.
Wow.
And it got to the point where I was recording our interactions because I was afraid she might do that again. And so anytime she would kind of get triggered, I would pull out my camera and just start filming. And one afternoon, she got really upset. She told me to stop filming. I basically refused, right? And so she went into the other room and took off all of her clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Then came back into the kitchen and then started to act as though I were somehow spying on her or like violating her privacy in the kitchen, right?
Right.
Where I mean, I'm no lawyer, but I don't think there's an expectation, a reasonable expectation of privacy in the fucking kitchen.
Yeah, you got to let her cook.
Literally
let her cook.
This,
Now, how often would you record her in the nude?
oh, this really happened one time. This
Okay.
was like one situation.
Okay.
But I guess, so I continued to record basically, and she kind of had a little meltdown. But I guess my first question is, we do have a child together. Don't judge.
Congrats, or I'm sorry.
No,
I'm not
my-
sure. I'm not. I don't. Mazel tov.
As parents, that instantly makes it a million times more complicated.
Yeah.
Right, but so could I use this footage in court, or would that be kind of frowned upon? And
So-
I guess B or two, could I ever use it? Could I say that she inflicted emotional distress on me doing that, or I don't know? Can I sell it as revenge porn? That would be
I
option
want to
three.
set up what you said because it really is fascinating. We get a lot of people that sign up. We don't always have time to talk to all of them, but this legal question is like truly fascinating, right? If I'm recording someone and then they take their clothes off, and then you start to apply like nudity or obscenity laws to it and stuff. Like, is there an argument that is interesting or novel at least?
So,
but if you have the full story,
Yeah.
So if the context is very important in this scenario.
Yeah.
If you have the first part of that situation,
Yeah.
where you are still recording as she goes into the other room and then takes off her clothes,
No, I'm not recording that part.
Okay, so this comes up as a separate video.
Yeah.
I just stay where I am. Like, I'm in the kitchen. She like walks away. The video doesn't even cut off.
No.
It just stays on.
So your video stays on, so you can prove that this is all one video.
Yeah.
Oh,
And so the first part of the argument is she's arguing fully clothed. Then you can prove that she went into the other room. And are you audibly saying on this thing, hey, you just went into the other room and you took off your clothes? You're trying to do. Are you narrating what's going on? Like,
yeah, I do some narration.
It kind of feels like a horror movie. It's a little bit like the Blair Witch Project.
Right.
It's just like one shaky,
she goes
steady
in the
cam.
corner
Yeah.
and she just stays in the corner.
She starts climbing the ceiling.
Well, so this is what I would suggest in this scenario situation. If you don't want to shoot her naked, if she comes in like naked, you just tilt the camera up somewhere else, like tilt it up to the ceiling. You can still hear what she's saying, which is what I'm assuming is the crazy stuff.
No.
See,
the
but then
real
she could
threat
start
is
screaming
that
things
she
that aren't
hears
happening.
voice
She's
from
like, stop
herself.
hitting me, stop resisting.
Right, exactly.
Or if you're
Exactly.
ever showing this video to anyone, you can purposely fuzz out her body and say very clearly, I'm protecting this person's identity and her.
Yeah.
You keep her face, but you're
Yeah.
protecting her.
This is a total sidebar.
Yeah.
Here,
I've
but
had an attorney tell me that I don't want to mess with the video at all because then they could say it's been tampered with.
Well,
Man.
so if I could jump in on that point,
Please.
The point of the evidence itself is the existing video file, right? And so when you ask about the video, I think Jay, that was a great question. Of
Thank you.
Did she go into the room and come back? It's really what you're centered around is does she know she's being videoed? Because of almost every instance of illegal video or the peeping tom type laws
they don't know.
Right,
know
right,
they're
of
being
course.
videoed, right? So single
that's
consent,
half
dual
the
consent.
excitement, am I right?
Right. So you get in this situation, you know that she knows, and it's clear that she was videoed. She saw the video. She went into the room. She came back. She stayed on the video. She knew it was there. So there's not a consent issue. You don't really have to worry about the peeping Tom. I do want to quickly jump to the third point, which is you don't want to use this for revenge porn because the laws are already strong and they're getting stronger. But when you ask the question of can you use it in court, the actual evidence itself is there. So if you're trying to use it, you should not tamper with it. You shouldn't do anything with it. The court can always decide how much it wants to blur or redact or any
if
of
the
that.
court blurs it, then that's the court saying like we want to protect this
Do you
person.
think? So let me ask you this follow-up. Do you think this is reasonable evidence of mental instability?
So
We need
I don't
Dr. Phil in
that
here.
that you
You're
need.
not a doctor.
Yeah.
I'm not a doctor, and nor do I have. We did play one on
played
TV.
doctors
We
on
played
TV.
doctors on the show.
Those who can't.
Those who can't. Well, one of us was a doctor. The other
was just pretending to be a doctor based on my medical degree.
Twin crimes.
Yeah.
right, but which is
say the
wrong.
perfect
But I don't know if you can claim that is proof. I mean, in a larger context of mental issues, like this would be another brick in that wall. Maybe.
yeah, it's like a bundle of sticks with mental health. It's usually very rarely one thing because everyone could have a bad day or
Sure,
look
sure.
weird out of context.
Sure.
Like, we've all gotten nude and then gotten into a fight. And I think, right? I mean, harass
Gone
me.
into the
I
kitchen.
mean,
Right
who,
now.
who hasn't been to a Waffle House? Is all we're saying.
I mean, that's pretty de rigueur
That's standard
for a Waffle
fare,
House.
yeah.
But so clearly the problem is, and this is the long-term problem, is that you share a child. So whatever you're going to do to this person, there is a child to consider here. So, you got to ask yourself, like, as crazy as this person is, and we don't know the circumstances upon which she called to get you thrown in jail. But like, if this person is doing things to mess with you in your life for whatever reason, you still in this scenario would benefit yourself by being the biggest person that you can be, and to let her own actions damn her and not go further.
How long you been married, brother?
24 years in a month.
Yeah.
Jay?
We-
Jay?
20.
Yeah.
Congrats.
20 years.
I love that answer so much. Like, part of the reason why we do the show is, like, when you go to a lawyer, sometimes when all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. And so
Right.
when you go to a lawyer, they want to sell you lawyer services. They're like, I can handle this for you legally. But I think what Randy's saying to you, caller, like, you need to listen to this, right? Like, it's coming from a parent first, right? You have an opportunity here to raise a kid. You're doing it either way. So the courts might not be, even if you have the legal option, just pressing that button might not be the right thing. I have two small questions, though, because I love everything that Randy said. Please consider that, or at least points. One is, this is just something for everyone to consider here. They've used the same pixelation technology to, like, cover nudity, where they pixelate stuff. And, like, as recently as a couple months ago, you can now take a video that's been pixelated, put it in a ChatGPT, and it unpixelates it.
Oh.
Yeah.
So think about all the videos that were pixelated in, like, the early 2000s.
I knew ChatGPT
Like,
was
every
good
time
for
I was
something.
on Girls Gone Wild.
All that
my
softcore stuff, you can
Yeah.
now just, like, throw it in an
Yeah.
LM. So it's a constant, like, sword and shield race where, like, someone discovers that and, like, oh, we got to patch it.
We
But
can
then, like,
undo that.
Yeah, but then it's on Grok. But I think pixelation is, like, an old technology that's, like, we can't use it anymore.
I mean,
Right.
if you went to court, and you can answer this
Yeah.
for me, if you went to court and this is entered into evidence
Yeah.
in front of a jury, you could, my guess is you could ask the judge, or the lawyer could ask the judge, let's view this in chambers, just the three of us.
Correct. So the legal term there is called in camera. So the judge can just look at it. The judge can decide to go, we're going to pixelate it, or we're going to blind it. Yeah, they can say we're going to edit it. But at the end of the day, you want to preserve it as it is to not create the problem of her later saying, look,
doctored
this
it.
shows it was evidence of being doctored, spoliated, adjusted to show me the worst. But I will also say this is, brick in the wall is the exact right phrase. A brick in the wall of her desire and knowledge to set up fake scenarios in order to make you look not credible or crazy or bad is actually evidence of her being
Looking
not
bad.
credible or bad. And so at the end of the day, preserve it exactly the way it is. Send it to yourself in an email or keep it in a Dropbox as well, so it's private. And to the practical point of what you would do as a parent is, at the end of the day, this is going to be the court's call or your future lawyer's call of whether or not you need to use it to show one of those two things: mental instability. She set me up. She's a history of setting me up with fake scenarios in order to make me look bad. But at that point, it's not your choice about whether to use it. It's her choice, because if she stops thinking about what's good for the kid and what's good for your child together, and she goes, I'm going to start saying, look at how bad this guy is, and you go, look, I really don't want to have to use this.
She sent you to jail.
Yeah.
I mean, I think she's not thinking about, but again, we don't know the circumstances. Is there any way for a person who is not in your relationship to look at that situation where you were sent to jail and say you kind of were wrong a little bit?
What do you think, caller?
Oh, no. That's, I mean, it's neither here nor there. There were no charges or anything. I mean, that was just the thing. No.
I want to say one more thing.
That's a nothing burger.
Yeah, I want to say one more thing, caller. So I think your best evidence or your best argument here that you're not the peeping Tom, if we go back to the original question, is all of the other videos without nudity.
Yeah.
Right? Because all you said that you had multiple. Keep that cloud storage updated. Keep that Apple subscription going. Because
That's right.
Yes.
when they're like, oh, he recorded me nude, it's like, no, I was just recording for my safety. Look at this other 30 videos previously
Of her
of
acting.
me doing the same thing.
This
and
shows
there's no
a pattern,
nudity.
right?
Yeah.
This shows
Pattern
a
of behavior.
I think you stick to that. I think that's your best defense. And I think you've gotten some amazing help from Sklar Brothers at law.
Let me ask this, just out
Yeah,
of curiosity. What do you want to happen? You want her just
Honestly, I'm trying to get back together with her, so I'll probably just hold on to it, you know. And
Look. We're gonna switch this over to the love
relation.
line.
Okay, you
Yeah.
are. Wait, are you
Hey,
really?
we're already dangerously infringing on the
You're not-
trademark.
you don't want to get
he's
back.
Not, he's not trying to get back together.
You're not trying to get back together, though, are you?
Don't delete it. Don't delete it. Hold on to it. Keep
And
it safe.
hold
Don't
on to
distribute
all
it.
of the videos.
Are you
All
trying?
of
Are
them.
you trying to gain full custody of your kid? Like, what's that scenario?
honestly, guys, no, we co-parent really well. We're in a good place right now. I just more wanted to get your take on.
You'd rather be safe than sorry.
It's basically water under the bridge at this point, and
Yeah.
I've done essentially what you
So
say.
then I would not-
I really do respect the sincerity and putting the kid first, and that's what it's. That's what I'm all.
I think
Good.
you should hold on to the video files, though.
Yeah, keep them
for your own
Just keep
protection.
them in a different thing because you
Yeah.
never know what else can happen. I mean,
Yeah.
I just think like keep it. But
if in some weird case, because she seems like she can be unstable sometimes, maybe you're in a good place now, but if at some point,
Oh, for sure. You never know.
you never know. If at some point she decides to, out of the blue, hit you with I want full custody of our kid and I don't think you're fit to be around our kid, anything like that, then you got to fight fire with fire. You got to come back with the evidence.
And here's the worst.
Like a true lawyer, man.
Worst case scenario. She comes back in a few 2 years, 5 years, 10 years from now, and she goes, "Yeah, do you remember that time when you filmed me naked?" "No, I didn't." "Well, you've got the video, right?" I deleted it." So now it's a he said, she said. So again, hold on to it. And ultimately, again, we wish you the best, and we're so glad that in this moment you guys are both co-parenting so well.
Yes.
That's the most important
That's the most
part.
important thing is you put the child first. So
100%, man.
Thank you so much for calling in, caller. Do you feel like you were heard?
Yeah, absolutely. You guys are
Awesome.
great.
Thank you for calling Hardly Legal.
thanks, man.
Thanks, Tom.
There you go.
I don't even think I did a like and subscribe, but like and subscribe,
Like and
please.
subscribe.
Way too late in the video. We're bad at YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's an interesting one. I mean, it's interesting because of where he is at the end of this thing, which is that he is trying to work it out and make it work. So you don't want to go all scorched earth on this person because you're trying to co-parent this kid. You know, you can go off on them if you're really nervous about what this person's going to do next and you feel like the safety of your child is at risk. But like, you know, if you don't want to say to your kid that your mom's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
Too
like
young.
a lot of relationships where like you could say something really terrible, but then you can't unring the bell. You could do something terrible, you can't unring the bell.
That's right.
And here, holding on to that, not bringing it up, not using it. Again, if in a future scenario it has to be used because of some particular reason, you don't want to get into that he said, she said. I've seen that a lot of times, and even just in business scenarios where it's like, well, I didn't keep that voicemail where you admitted to the fraud, and now it's like, well, a jury's going to look at that and go, all right, if you had a smoking gun, why would you delete it? And in that moment, you look dumb.
Speaking of a smoking gun, our next caller plays for the Memphis Grizzlies. Joe.
Oh, stop it. Speaking of poker and shit.
Yikes.
No, that is it for callers. I just had one more question for you guys. I think we're going to have to create a new category on the website. We're talking about building like a hall of fame for the website. I think we're going to have one that is just a separate section called Almost Legal, and it's going to be the people
Barely
who are almost
illegal.
almost barely still not.
Sklarly legal. Sklarly legal.
I think we're going to have a leaderboard. That was some of the best analysis that we've ever seen.
Thanks, man. I do.
Yeah.
Well, so what it confirms for me is that a lot of legal, I mean, there's all laws and stuff that like it's weird stuff. It's almost like the English language. Why is this the way this is? And I'm sure
But it comes back to critical thinking.
Critical thinking and just kind of just doing what's best for the scenario and situation. That's why lawyers are super smart people.
Oh, thank you.
Well, right. I love it.
Enjoy
Take it.
Guys,
Take
we're
that and
so
run.
excited. You know, and I will say the human element is so important because we, like Josh was saying, too many lawyers will be like, hey, we just like, let's get the money, let's apply the law, without remembering that like when the case is over, when the deal is done, these are going to be real people and they're going to have to live with that. And without giving that full side of it, I mean, we have folks that call us all the time where they'll say, here's my money, go scorched earth on this person. And we're going to go, look, you today says you want to do that.
Yeah.
You in a year from now is going to really regret having done that to your best friend or business partner.
Think
There's a big
about
difference
that.
between a business divorce.
Because I'll
and
say
scorched
this,
earth.
and what Jay and I have always realized as well, your safety is at risk. I'm not saying don't take those chances, but we live in a world right now, and we've said this many times, where people can't take an L. No one knows how to take a loss.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Break up with someone, they show up at your work with a gun. You fire somebody, they're back at the office now.
You
ready
go
to-
after them legally, scorched
Right.
earth, and you go after them and you leave them with that. You win. So you win your case. It's not over. That person harbors resentment and whatnot, and like something bad could befall you. So just understand what you're going into when you do the things you do.
You may win the battle, you might lose the war, but guys, we're so pumped that you were here today.
Thank
and
you
put the
for having
heart,
us.
the
We want
pre-law,
Hardly Legal. Yeah,
all of it
pre-law,
together.
baby.
Sklarly legal,
Sklarly
Sklarly legal.
If you have a crazy legal story and you want to talk to some lawyers anonymously, for free, call us.
Wait, we're not getting paid?
Nothing at all. I don't know how we're going to pay for it, to be honest.